What is going on, people? What I've got here is the FPV Flight Dynamics book by Christian M. Mulliker. Now, if you're into FPV or new to FPV and you haven't read this, you need to get this in your library. Why I say that, you cannot literally learn FPV from reading. FPV is a thing that you have to learn through practice. Yes, you can learn as much information through word of mouth, videos, courses. However, it's not really going to stick until you get that muscle memory in. Now, why I've recommended the FPV Flight Dynamics by Christian M. Mulliker: when I first started FPV, saw my first Johnny FPV video, I was confused what FPV was. I was confused how I could get my camera drone to fly the same. However, coming across this book for such a cheap price, not being sponsored or affiliated, I came to this book. Now, coming to this book teaches so many physics about FPV. Everything you need to know. Now, this goes through a lot of tricks. Does it teach you everything? No, I don't feel so. But it gives you a good understanding about FPV and how the drone acts. It also goes down into specific tricks and how to execute them. Just reading and getting a knowledge of how the trick or how the physics of the drone will react will give you a better understanding on how to undertake that drone maneuver. Now, this book has and is been read up until today so many times. Now I use it as a reference guide for FPV. Now, we have Reddit, ChatGPT and FPV communities. However, this is just nice to read when you're on the plane, you're on a train, you're on a bus, you're on a work lunch break. This book is just insane. It's very beginner friendly. It's written in English. They are very knowledgeable. There's no spelling errors that I come across. The book is fantastic to read. Now, scrolling through, you've got a wide range of contents. Now, I cannot share it with you to spoil it, but I'll break it down. You have the ABCs of FPV, communicating with the machine, the building blocks of Acro, the fundamental maneuvering, super force trickery. Those are the main chapters. However, main sections. However, there are 30 chapters. Now, this is a big read, but for someone who's getting into FPV or who loves FPV should know there is never any rush with FPV. It's take your time. Every single person is on their own journey. Now, this book has loads of graphics, loads of information on every single aspect of drones and FPV. Now, if you're a beginner into FPV or you are an FPV pilot and never come across this book, you have to add this to your arsenal. Now, I will provide a link below where you can get the book. The book is also available as a physical copy, but because I would not like to damage the book, I downloaded it on my iBook so I can access it anywhere around the world, whether I have internet or not. So yeah, I must say this is a great book. It's got loads of graphics. It goes into detail. It tells you about the number of charges, how to storage charge a battery for 1S, 2S, 3S, 4S. I'll just give you a slight show of, if the camera will pick up, the sort of layout of how the book is. It's very informative. 100% I would recommend it to any FPV pilot or any drone pilot interested in FPV or learning the physics of FPV. It's a brilliant read. If you've got the time and patience, well, if you're flying FPV, we should all have an insane amount of patience. So yeah, if you don't know about this book or you're new into FPV, get this book. This book is phenomenal. You will thank me later. This book is amazing. It's the FPV Flight Dynamics. I am not sponsored. However, I still use this book as a reference guide today.